Hello beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. I thought we'd do a little vlog this week because there are a few fun things happening. I'm about to leave for a Tatcha and Selfridges event. It's a sit down lunch, so I'm very nervous. I didn't sleep last night, but if I don't go, my therapist is going to be very disappointed, as will my mother, who I've just been on the phone to. I'm just so not good socially, so fingers crossed it'll be okay. It's 11:50 now and the lunch starts at 1, so I'm going to get a move on and hopefully I'll be able to vlog at the event. The combination of having a chronic anxiety disorder and being intensely introverted makes things like this very difficult. This is the first sit-down influencer event I've been to, so I'm very proud I actually went. Having said that, it was at this point in the journey, just as we're approaching the back of Selfridges, that I thought, I actually cannot do this, we're going to have to turn back. I was so anxious I felt like I was going to be sick, and I thought if I did turn up I was just going to make a complete idiot of myself. But then I remembered that because this is the first time I've ever done this, I don't actually have any real life experience to go off, just what's in my head. And even though I'm never going to be a sociable person, it turns out I'm actually not that bad socially. Please excuse the dodgy camera work because my hands were still shaking at this point. But now to tell you about the actual event, this was a lunch hosted by Tatcha and Selfridges in the Pegasus room of the Brasserie of Light in Selfridges. And the event was to celebrate their partnership alongside giving us a preview of the Matcha Cleanse, which is Tatcha's new release. There were lots of testers on the bar for us to have a look at. I have most of these products. They served us matcha oat lattes on arrival, which was fun, and they also had these little matcha sets. I thought it was sweet that they added our names to the little whisk stands. The lunch was a 3-course meal, so there was a lot of food. The bread basket was absolutely stunning. For my starter I had sid, scallops, potato mousseline, mushroom caramel and carta di musica. Then for my main I had the mushroom rice bowl, truffle, broccoli, hazelnut rice and edamame. And then for pudding I had chocolate bubbles, Valrhona, guanaja, dark chocolate mousse, chocolate brownie, vanilla ice cream and chocolate pearls. Well yes, I did just read that off the menu and probably mispronounced everything. I popped into the loos before I left and I'm very glad I did because they were pink. My camera does not do them justice at all, it was all pink marble, so beautiful. This lunch was what I think can be called a safe corrective experience. As soon as I got home I did of course dig into the goodie bag. They kindly included the Matcha Cleanse, which as I mentioned is Tatcha's new product. And they also included a water cream which I haven't tried before. I have tried their dewy skin cream and I believe this is lighter. The cleanser is now available to purchase, by the way. It's 150ml and it retails for £42 at Selfridges. And if you feel like going on a little Tatcha shopping spree, my favourite products from them are the Camellia Cleansing Oil, the Dewy Skin Mist and the Silk Eye Cream. I also keep their Japanese blotting papers in my handbag at all times. I'll let you know what I think about the Matcha Cleanse and the water cream once I've tried them. Now fast forward to Saturday, there were quite a few things I had on my list to get done, so I thought I'd vlog it. First up was removing my pillowcase and pillow protector and then making my bed. Poor Plascivia was flung about a bit there. I always make my bed in the morning to make sure I'm setting myself up for the day. My bed is from the French Bedroom Company, by the way, and the pillowcases are from Piglet in Bed. They're 100% linen, so they have that nice wrinkliness to them. The next step in my morning routine is to head into the kitchen. First of all I have a full glass of water with my medication, and then I have my AG1 drink. I've been drinking this for a few weeks now, I quite like it so far. It's £79 a month, which is quite expensive, so I'll see how I feel after a few months. What an interesting drinking style. Good morning everyone, it's now Saturday. I just worked for the rest of the week. I've just got up, I've had my medication and I have made my bed, so now I'm going to wash this very greasy hair. So let's make our way over to the bathroom. I love these little hair wraps because they're so comfortable and they make my hair dry so much quicker. I got these whey products in a gift bag from a cult beauty event a few weeks ago and I've been using them since. I have very dry hair naturally and they both work really well for me. Before washing my hair I use my Tangle Teaser to get rid of any knots. Hello Clean actually sent me this shower head a couple of weeks ago and I absolutely love it. It makes the water feel so soft and I swear it makes my hair softer as well. As you can see, I really like Whey at the moment. Their fine hair shampoo and conditioner are amazing. I use that same Tangle Teaser again once I've washed my hair to get rid of any knots before I then go in with products. I'm not sure which order I should be using leave-in conditioner and oil, but I assume conditioner first. So I spray quite a lot of that into the ends of my hair and then I apply a couple of pumps of the oil on top. Once I feel like I've evenly distributed the product, I pop in the hair wrap. I have so many of these and I have another one in light blue on the way. Annoyingly, they don't seem to stock them in the UK anymore, so I order mine on US Amazon. Then it was laundry time, which is always a glamorous experience. I don't know if anyone else has this, but my washing machine's dry cycle takes literally about 3 hours, so I always try to put it in as early as possible. Then I fill up my Stanley Cup for the morning. I usually get through about 4 of these a day. I also got this on US Amazon. I promise I wasn't one of those people steamrolling others in Target. I did mention this journal in my 2023 favourites, so you might have seen it before, but this is the Intelligent Change 3-month journal. It's a productivity planner. I absolutely love it, so I just write down everything I need to do for the day. One new beauty item actually that I've really been liking is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in pink sugar, so I ordered another 2. They're vanilla and mint, I believe. They're somehow as moisturising as Carmex, which blows my mind. I usually reserve my non-fiction reading for before bed, but I just felt like reading this book a bit this morning. It's called How Not to Die by Michael Greger. It's so interesting. It's all about nutrition. The premise is that we could theoretically all reduce our risk of dying from the leading causes of death in the Western world by changing our diets. I am definitely not a nutritionist and I love an egg as much as the next person, but I'm starting to make some changes. He's also released a book called How Not to Age, which I think I'll read afterwards. I'm about a third of the way through How Not to Die, and one of the things he's touched on so far quite a few times is hibiscus tea. Apparently it elevates the antioxidant level of one's bloodstream within an hour of drinking it, and apparently some studies show that it might help reduce systolic blood pressure. The tea I'm preparing here is Wild Rosehip and Hibiscus by Hampstead Organic. I just got it on Amazon, but I'll link all of the products I mention in this video in the description box anyway. I was in the market to try some new teas because I tend to just go for green tea and sometimes rooibos, so it's nice to have this one in circulation as well. I only film in natural light, and by mid-morning the sun placement is about right for me to start filming. One thing I have not done for a few weeks is go through all my PR and general beauty purchases. It took me a solid 15 minutes to find this Hermes lip balm that I wanted to do a video on. I actually bought it months ago, but I'm only now getting round to it. Right, it's now 1:15. I have filmed 2 videos so far and I have another 2 to do, not including this vlog. So I'm going to make some lunch, dry my hair and then film another 2 videos. I used my Dyson Airwrap for this, and yes, I did apply a little bit of serum on the top. And sorry Dr. Michael, but I did then have poached eggs on toast. Look who woke up for some attention. Little girl Putt wanted a snack and a cuddle, so I held her for a little bit. She spent some time looking outside and then she ate a little bit of spinach. As I think I mentioned in a previous video, she is a curious little fluff, so I do have to switch out her toys and her food often. I also take her out of her cage and either hold her or let her wander around on the sofa for a bit. I love her little blobby hands so much. I let her finish her little cleaning ritual and then popped her back in her cage for a sand bath. It's 3 PM now and the light is starting to go. I've only managed to film 1 more video, but it took absolutely ages. So I think I will pick this back up next week. Now for a break. My first green tea of the day. Also, I'm watching The Glory at the moment on Netflix, which is a South Korean drama. It's so good. It's about a woman who devotes her life to getting revenge on her high school bullies. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Saturday is non-cardio exercise day, so I found this Pilates class on YouTube. I was doing an in-person bar class every Saturday until a couple of weeks ago, but my sensory issues just could not take it, so I've decided to opt for home workouts instead. One of my New Year's resolutions was to exercise at least 4 times a week and do at least 10,000 steps a day, and amazingly I've actually stuck to it. It's taken me many, many years to figure out what actually works for me and what I can bring myself to do. I'm not someone who is naturally drawn to exercising, shall we say, so I'm happy I've reached this point. I'm also hypermobile in my shoulders, and I've learned that I need to warm up and warm down extensively. Otherwise I end up carrying so much tension in my neck and shoulders, and then I end up not exercising, and then the cycle continues. It was late afternoon by this point, and I realised I'd only done just under 3,000 steps, so I headed to the gym nearby. I'm not an outside exerciser, I way prefer getting my steps in on a treadmill. I walked at about 7 kilometres an hour for around half an hour. And then I headed home once I'd reached about 7,500 steps. I do wander around my flat quite a lot anyway, so I knew I'd reach 10k by the end of the day. I was very proud of this healthy meal. It's stuffed mushrooms with rocket. I use Gusto, it's like HelloFresh. Another non-negotiable for Saturdays is this scrub mask by Garnier. I've genuinely used this every single Saturday for about a decade. It's a really affordable mask and 1 tube lasts me well over 6 months. Apparently you shouldn't do this, but I leave it on for about 2 hours and my skin is so smooth afterwards. I got an early night, and then the following day I did a pottery class with a friend. I'm not sure I've mentioned it on YouTube, but another one of my New Year's resolutions is to try 1 new thing every month. January was a sound bath class and February was pottery. This was a 3-hour taster class at Studio Pottery London, which is near Victoria Station. It was £140 per person, so not the most affordable of options, but we did really enjoy it. The class ran from 10 till 1 and there were maybe 8 of us, so we all had so much space. The studio itself is really airy and bright as well. They do provide aprons, but they advise that you turn up wearing rough casual clothes. And as you will see in a little bit, it's a good job I did. The teacher did a detailed demo for us and then we each got started on our first piece.
It's so much more difficult than it looks, and doorknob was absolutely not the shape I was going for. I managed to rectify it and then made my first little bowl. The top piece of my clay broke, so I ended up making a tiny bowl. When I was in Kyoto a few years ago, I did a pottery class and made a tiny pot, and my mum loved it, so I was intending to make another one for her. This one might even be too big, but apparently they shrink when they're in the kiln. Here is my beautiful friend Megan working on her pot. The teacher was available if we had questions, but he mostly left us to our own devices, which was fun. I won't lie, he did help me to finish this one. The subsequent wonky bowls, though, were all me. I don't know how on earth I managed to get so much clay on me. When I went into the loo afterwards, I found some on my eyeball. They glaze all of the taster class pots in green, so these were for the more advanced classes. I wanted to take 2 home with me, so I paid an extra £10 for the second one. Then after lunch I headed home and went for a run because it's cardio day. So dedicated.
I've just got back from the gym, and as you can tell I am an absolute mess, so I need to shower now and then I'll order food. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please let me know any questions or any requests in the comments, and I will see you soon. Goodbye!
I don't think that goodbye was sufficient, so let's try it again. Goodbye.